Samantha lay on the bed, covered herself with a duvet, and stared at Bryan as he stroked her hair. Suddenly, Bryan's phone began to ring, and he answered it. "Jeremy? Bryan! Why do my parents always do this to me? What the fuck did I ever do to them, huh? Jeremy, calm down. Do fucking tell me to calm down. I'm tired of their stupid attitude. Jeremy, don't do anything stupid. I know exactly what I'm doing." My parents didn't want the marriage to be next week Tuesday again, but tomorrow. Imagine that, he muttered bitterly. Damn, Bryan frowned as Jeremy ended the call. Hope this guy won't commit suicide, Bryan muttered with a frown as he turned to see Samantha sleeping. He quickly pecked Samantha's forehead before rushing off. At Jeremy's mansion, Bryan walked into the mansion to see Jeremy beside a counter drinking. You shouldn't be drinking, but looking for a way to run away, Bryan said, snatching the bottle and keeping it beyond his reach. It feels difficult to see that bitch every day and withhold myself from strangling her, Jeremy muttered, clenching his fist. Don't waste any time. Let's go to my warehouse, Bryan said, and dragged Jeremy up by the hand. Wait, how did you go past the guards outside? Jeremy said, and Bryan winked. I knocked them all into unconsciousness. Bryan drove Jeremy into his secret warehouse. No one knew that this warehouse existed except his friends, of course. I guess it's time for you to go right, Jeremy asked, and Bryan nodded. In case you get bored, watch a movie or there is food in the kitchen if you don't want to watch movie. There is a game room? Bryan said, and turned to leave. So I will be staying here alone, Jeremy sighed. You're not alone, Bryan muttered, and Jeremy raised an eyebrow, confused. There are a lot of maids. Bryan paused as he got hold of Jeremy's ear and pulled it. Why, Jeremy hissed in pain. But I didn't say you should fuck them all, because if I hear any report, I will kick you out, Bryan said, and twisted his ears before walking away. You're too mean, Jeremy yelled and began to grumble under his breath. At the Quinn's mansion, Bryan entered the sitting room to see Samantha watching a movie. Actually, a cartoon. Miss, the juice you asked for, a maid said, and bowed as she dropped the juice on the table. I didn't ask for juice, Samantha muttered. The madam said that I should give you the juice. The maid replied and cleared her throat. Okay. Samantha grabbed the juice, but Bryan took it from her. Look at me. Let me see your face, Bryan said, but the maid didn't budge. Don't get me annoyed. Bryan glared at her. The maid raised her head up, and Bryan raised an eyebrow. She kinda looked familiar. Take the drink and get out of here, Bryan said, and she nodded before running off. You were rude to her, and by the ways it was from your mum, Samantha muttered, and Bryan scoffed. If my mum really wants to give you juice, she could have given it to you herself. That's how my mum does, or else it isn't mum that sent her to bring the juice, Bryan said. Forward to the next day at Twinkling High School. This is the day everyone has been waiting for, the competition to show who becomes the queen bee of this great Twinkling High School. Twinkling High School is also broadcasting the competition on TV? Samantha asked, amazed. Of course, Bryan smiled. He was the one who told his mum to broadcast it on TV because it was his mum who owned the school. Let's go. Are you nervous? Bryan asked as he drove into the school compound. Yes, Samantha muttered, staring at the crowd. Can she do this? I will be in the VIP seat, the 3 seats in the front. All you have to do is go out there and do your best. If you ever get nervous, look at me, okay? Bryan pat her hair. What if I lost my mind when I look at you? You might make it worse. Samantha scoffed while Bryan laughed. Nope, you wouldn't. See you there. Bryan pecked her lips and watched as she walked away. Boss Bryan, you called us, a security man said. You're in charge of the CCTV department, right? Bryan asked, and he nodded. Good. Anything suspicious going against the rule of the competition, tell me, Bryan said, and he nodded. He doesn't trust Nina. That bitch can do anything, even bribing the judges, so Bryan is damn ready for her.